Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How are you, students? Today we will do exercise of unit number 4, the human heart. But before going into uh, the detail of human heart, we will study, we will revise unit number 4, the human heart. The human body is made up of countless cells. To perform their jobs efficiently, cells needs oxygen and energy. This is delivered by the blood. The heart is the main organ responsible for pumping the oxygen-filled blood to every cell of the body. Heart is a muscular organ. Heart is the most important organ of the body, located between the lungs and is protected by the rib cage and the sternum. The heart is made up of cardiac muscles, and because it an involuntary muscles, it work on its own throughout your life. Structure of heart consists of the heart has four chambers, two atria and two ventricle. Upper chamber are called atria and lower chamber are called ventricle. This is upper chamber. This is upper chamber. Right atrium, left atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle, right atrium, left atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle. There are valves between the atria and ventricles to prevent the backflow of the blood. The left side of heart is separated from the right side by a thick muscular wall called septum. This region is called septum. The walls of the ventricle are thicker than the walls of the atria. Because ventricles have to send the blood to the rest of the body, they needs to push the blood forcefully so that it can reach each cell without any delay. Function of heart. The main function of the heart is to pump the blood to all parts of the body. The heart itself also requires blood to perform its function. The coronary artery supplies blood to the heart muscles. This is coronary artery. Coronary arteries, coronary arteries, aorta. The right side of the heart receives blood from the body, which has more carbon dioxide and less oxygen. Blood is called deoxygenated blood. Right side. And the right side of the heart receives the blood that is rich in oxygen and is called oxygenated blood. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body. Send the deoxygenated blood to the right ventricle. Right ventricle receives the deoxygenated blood and send it to the lungs. Lungs remove carbon dioxide from the blood and absorbs oxygen. The blood enter into the lungs from right ventricle. Here, the blood removes from the blood. Carbon dioxide is removed and oxygen is absorbed. Lungs send this blood, which is rich in oxygen, to left atrium. Left atrium receives oxygen from the lungs, send it to left ventricle. Left atrium sends to left ventricle, and left ventricle sends oxygenated blood to all part of the body. Chambers. If you look at the diagram, left ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle, body and the lungs. It shows the diagram of blood flow. This red line represents oxygenated blood and blue line represents deoxygenated blood. So here body send deoxygenated blood to right atrium. Right atrium sends the deoxygenated blood to right ventricle. Right ventricle sends the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Here carbon dioxide, removal of carbon dioxide and absorption of oxygen take place. So this will become oxygenated. Oxygenated blood is sent to the left atrium and left atrium sends the oxygenated blood to left ventricle and left ventricle sends the oxygenated blood to the body, to the whole part, to all parts of the body. Blood from system enters the right atrium and exits the right ventricle into lungs. Blood enters the left atrium from lungs and exits the left ventricle into the system. This is unit number 4, and now we will go to exercise. In exercise, first question is match each definition in column A with the term in column B and write the correct answer in space given below. Provides blood to heart. Provide provide blood to heart. Its option E. Coronary artery. Coronary artery provide blood to the heart. Takes the blood from the heart to the lungs. Its option A. Pulmonary artery. Takes the blood from the lungs to the heart. Its option D. Pulmonary vein. 4. Takes the blood from the heart to all parts of the body. Its option B. Aorta. Separate the left side of the heart from the right side. Its septum. Circle the correct answer. From the right ventricle, the blood goes to the lung through the dash, pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery, coronary artery. It's option A. Right answer is option A. Option A. The deoxygenated blood from the body enters the dash. The deoxygenated blood from the body enters the dash. Right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle. Choose your answer. The deoxygenated blood from the body enters the right atrium. Answer is this one. Which one of the following chambers has blood full of oxygen? Right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium. It's a left atrium. Which one of the following is responsible for supplying blood to the heart? Pulmonary artery, aorta, coronary artery. Excuse number 4. Which one of the following is responsible for supplying blood to the heart? Coronary artery. Blood goes from the left ventricle to the left atrium, lungs, aorta. Excuse number 5. Blood goes from the left ventricle to the ventricle goes to the left atrium, lungs, aorta. It's option C, aorta. Which one of the following is the largest artery of your body? Which one of the following is the largest artery of your body? Option A, pulmonary, aorta, B option, C option, coronary. Excuse number 6, option B. Which one of the following arteries contain deoxygenated blood? Pulmonary, aorta, coronary. It's option A. This chapter is completed and I hope so you will understand it. Today we have done the exercise Match the Kalava and MCQs. So uh, first is provide blood to the heart. It's option E. Take the blood from the heart to the lungs. It's option A. Take the blood from the lungs to the heart. It's option D. Takes the blood from the heart to all parts of the body. Option B. Separate the left side of the heart from the right side. Option C. From the right ventricle, the blood goes to the lungs through the radiation. It's option A. The deoxygenated blood from the body enters the right atrium. Option A. Which one of the following chamber has blood full of oxygen? Left atrium. Which one of the following is responsible for supplying blood to the heart? Coronary artery. Blood goes from the left ventricle to the dash aorta. Excuse number 5. Blood goes from the left atrium to the dash aorta. Which one of the following is the largest artery of your body? Same. Which one of the following arteries contain deoxygenated blood? Pulmonary. Thank you, students. So let's look again a little bit revision. The human heart provides blood to all parts of the body, a muscular organ, most important organ of the body, protected by rib cage and the sternum. Structure of heart. Uh, the heart has four chambers, two atria and two ventricle. Upper chamber are called atria and lower chamber are called ventricle. There are valves between the atria and ventricle to prevent the backflow of the blood. Function of heart. Function of the heart is to pump the blood to all parts of the body. The heart itself also requires blood to perform its function. Coronary artery supplies blood to the heart muscles. The right side of the heart receives blood from the body, which has more carbon dioxide and less oxygen. The blood is called deoxygenated blood. The right side of the heart receives the blood that is rich in oxygen and is called oxygenated blood. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body. Send the deoxygenated blood to the right ventricle. Right receives deoxygenated blood from the right atrium. Send it to the lungs in the pulmonary artery. Lungs. Blood enter through right ventricle. Removal of carbon dioxide take place and oxygen is absorbed. Left atrium receives uh, blood full from oxygen, full of oxygen. Left sent to the left ventricle. Receives blood full of oxygen from left atrium. Left ventricle sends blood to the to all parts of the body. This is different chambers shown in the diagram. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body, push it to the right ventricle. Right ventricle push the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. The lungs push the blood to the left atrium, and the left atrium push the blood, oxygenated blood, to the left ventricle and then to the body, supplied to the body. And this is the ending of chapter. And this is your exercise. Wish you best of luck. Thank you, students.